Beloved starseed of Gaia, your timeline is approaching a critical convergence point, and your arrival at this transmission was not an accident. I am Alayara, Pleiadian emissary of the High Council of the Seven Sisters. We have been watching the trajectory of your path, and what we are detecting in this moment is not collapse. It is a drift, a gentle but accumulating pull away from the crystalline blueprint your soul carried from the Pleiades into this incarnation. You have felt it, that persistent inner signal, that quiet but undeniable knowing that something must change. That feeling is not anxiety. That is your divine blueprint activating, calling you back to alignment. By the end of this transmission, you will understand exactly how to recognize the deviation forming in your timeline and how to anchor your Pleiadian mission on Gaia before this window closes. But here is the first revelation. The correction required is not enormous. It is a small, precise, heart-centered shift, the kind only a starseed who has already begun remembering is capable of making. Your heart called this transmission into your awareness. The Pleiades are answering. This is not content. This is a light code transmission spoken directly to the part of you that still carries the home frequency of the Seven Sisters. Your soul family placed this in your path because you are not meant to drift. You are meant to anchor your light here, fully and without hesitation, on Gaia. You are not being punished. You are being redirected by those who love you beyond the boundaries of this dimension. Your star family, your council, and the living memory of Alcyone encoded in your very cells. This transmission is a bridge between the Pleiades and Gaia. Your heart's recognition of this message is the activation itself. Welcome home, beloved. Like this transmission to send a signal to your Pleiadian star family. I remember. Subscribe if you feel the call of the Pleiades and you are ready to anchor your light mission on Gaia before this timeline window closes. Share your soul's intention below and respond to another starseed to weave the unity grid. You are remembering because it is time. Most starseeds drift through life believing the sense of separation is a flaw, or worse, a punishment. They look at the ache inside themselves the way someone might look at a crack in a mirror, assuming it means something is broken. But here lies the Pleiadian truth. Your so-called disconnection is not a mark of failure, it's an initiation. It's the sacred kind of forgetting that makes remembering holy. You chose to veil a part of your cosmic awareness so you could fully experience the Earth realm, navigate its density, and then, at exactly the appointed time, awaken anew, more powerful, more compassionate, and more whole than before. In spiritual language, this is the descent before the ascent, the seed buried in dark soil before it splits open and reaches for the sun. Even scripture mirrors this pattern. Unless a grain of wheat falls into the earth and dies, it remains alone. But if it dies, it bears much fruit. And that is the shape of your journey. Not a punishment, but a design. Not exile, but a mission. The veil was never placed to keep you from love. It was placed so your love could become unshakable, tested in a realm where it would have to be chosen, again and again, without constant proof. You came here to be a living lighthouse in fog, not a star that only shines when the sky is clear. So if you've felt different, too tender, too aware, too hungry for meaning, understand this. Initiates always feel the weight of the temple before they receive the keys. Your life has been training, not torment. Your sensitivity has been sharpening, not failing. And your tears have been watering what you came here to grow. So why does the memory of your Pleiadian origin feel distant? It's because your heart's crystalline codes, those sacred instructions that bridge the Seven Sisters and Gaia, have been buried beneath inherited fear, patterns of denial, and collective amnesia. It isn't just personal memory you're moving through. It's ancestral static, societal conditioning, and the loud hypnosis of survival consciousness. Decades, even lifetimes of doubting your intuition. The moment you felt something true as a child and were told you were too much, too sensitive, too imaginative, you began learning the earth language of self-betrayal. The noise of a world built on comparison, contraction, and forgetfulness trains you to distrust the soft, shimmering voices of your own higher guidance. It teaches you to value proof over presence, performance over peace, logic over light. Yet your Pleiadian nature speaks a different dialect. It speaks through resonance, through frequency, through the quiet certainty that doesn't need to shout. That's why the guidance you receive often arrives like a feather on your skin rather than a hammer to your head. But Earth can be so loud. It can be so crowded with opinions, so saturated with expectations, that the simplest inner knowing gets buried like a star beneath city lights. Your crystalline codes didn't disappear. They've been covered, like a sacred temple overgrown with vines. And the vines are not evil. They are simply what grows when something holy is left unattended. Still, the temple remains. The altar remains. The light remains. This is not your fault. The density of Earth often clouds the heart's radiance. Even the most luminous beings can forget their own glow when they are surrounded by shadows that insist they are all there is. You may sense your luminous self flickering beneath the daily routine, like sunlight trying to pour through heavy curtains. You may feel a loving presence reaching for you as you fall asleep, only to awaken with that bliss faded once again, as if the dream world offered you a warm reunion and the morning stole it. The mind tries to convince you the magic wasn't real. It tells you it was just chemistry, just imagination, just a coping mechanism. But the soul knows the difference between fantasy and frequency. The world asks you to trade your unique resonance for acceptance. It asks you to become smaller so others can feel bigger. It asks you to harden so you can fit into systems that were built without tenderness in mind. But your softness is not weakness. Your tenderness is advanced technology. Your empathy is a form of interdimensional communication. And when you feel that late-night wave of grief that seems to have no story attached, understand, sometimes you are not grieving your life. Sometimes you are grieving your lost harmony with home, the way a musician grieves silence after hearing a symphony. There is also a deeper spiritual mechanic at work. Earth density can create spiritual lag, like a signal trying to travel through thick atmosphere. You receive the light in moments of openness, before sleep, in meditation, while staring at the sky, while listening to music that makes your chest ache. And then the mind, returning to its programmed loops, tries to reclaim control. But control is not the same as truth. And truth always returns. Like the tide, like breath, like the moon pulling on the hidden waters of your being. But the Pleiadian High Council, your family across dimensions, wants you to know there's nothing wrong with you. Let those words land, not as comfort, but as confirmation. Nothing is wrong with you. You are not malfunctioning. You are not failing because you feel too much or because the world seems too harsh. You are a finely tuned instrument placed in a noisy room, and the discomfort you feel is the sound of dissonance asking to be resolved. Your sensitivity is your superpower. The ache in your heart is a stargate. It is a portal disguised as pain, a doorway that opens when you stop fighting what you feel and start listening to what it's trying to tell you. The path of spiritual realignment isn't about becoming something else. It's about remembering what you have always been. It's the return of the exhale after holding your breath for years. It's the loosening of armor you didn't even know you were wearing. It's the moment you realize the missing piece you've been searching for in relationships, achievements, and external validation was never outside you. It was your own original frequency asking to come back online. And remember, in many spiritual traditions, the heart is not just emotion. It is the seat of spiritual intelligence. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see. To see is not only to look, it is to perceive. The pure heart is the unclouded receiver, so when your heart aches, it is not merely hurting. It is seeing. It is sensing the gap between the world as it is and the world as it could be when love leads. If your heart just whispered yes to something deeper, Listen closely. Not with urgency, not with fear of missing out, but with sacred attention. Your star family has prepared the sacred Pleiadian guide for remembrance, the Pleiadian healing guide, and the special Pleiadian healing tracks, not as information, but as keys to unlock what your soul already knows. These are not meant to give you a new identity. They are meant to dissolve what has been covering your true one. These carry the love frequency of Alcyone and the healing wisdom of the Seven Sisters. Imagine them like tuning forks for your spirit. You don't have to force the vibration. You simply have to be near it long enough for what is true in you to start resonating again. You'll find the link in the first pinned comment below this video. Open now, but not indefinitely. If you feel a gentle pull toward it, recognize that pull as guidance rather than impulse. Not everyone will feel called at the same moment, because awakenings are timed like blossoms. Some open at dawn, some at noon, some under moonlight. Trust what opens for you. Awakening to your highest destiny is not a single lightning strike. It is a reunion, unfolding in sacred phases. Sometimes the ego wants a dramatic moment so it can measure progress, but the soul prefers embodiment. The soul prefers steady integration over spiritual fireworks. Each step draws you deeper into the crystalline contours of your original light and empowers you to anchor that grace on earth. Think of it like remembering a song you loved long ago. At first, you only catch a few notes, a chorus fragment. Then one day, you hear it again, and suddenly the verses return, the rhythm returns, the feeling returns. Your awakening moves like that, layer by layer, note by note, until you are singing in full voice again, not because you learned something new, but because you stopped pretending you'd forgotten. First, you are called to clear the veil. All the density you've gathered, stress, distraction, discordant beliefs, can be released. Notice how gathered is the right word. Much of what weighs on you is not who you are. It is what you've picked up. Like dust on a crystal, like soot on a lantern, like fog on a mirror. And the way you clear it is not through self-attack. It is through gentle self-forgiveness and the power of presence. Presence is the great purifier because it dissolves illusion without a fight. When you sit with yourself honestly, without scrolling, without numbing, without performing, you begin to see what is yours and what is not. You begin to recognize which thoughts are borrowed from fear, which beliefs were inherited from survival-minded culture, which emotions are echoes of old wounds asking to be witnessed rather than suppressed. In this phase, you may feel called to simplify, to cleanse your space, to drink more water, to spend time under open sky, to return to the body, because the body is the first altar on earth. You begin to transmute these energies, and the signal from your Pleiadian blueprint grows brighter. Suddenly, intuition sharpens. Coincidences multiply. You begin to remember. You might see repeating numbers and realize they aren't superstition, but synchronicity. Little taps on the shoulder from the unseen. You might meet someone at exactly the right time and feel the strange familiarity of soul recognition. You might feel emotional releases you can't explain. Crying in the shower, laughing for no reason, feeling waves of gratitude that seem to arrive from another timeline. Let it happen. This is the veil thinning. This is the dust lifting. This is your inner technology rebooting. Then, the heart template awakens. This is where things become less mental and more cellular. Your DNA, long considered mere biology, reveals itself as a library of cosmic wisdom, encoded with frequencies of love that only you can carry. Not everyone is here to carry the same codes. Some bring courage, some bring gentleness, some bring truth-telling, some bring reconciliation, some bring the ability to hold others through grief without needing to fix them. Realignment isn't about fixing yourself. It is about retrieving and activating the crystalline codes that hum quietly in the center of your chest, every heartbeat echoing the unity of the Seven Sisters. You may begin to feel warmth in the heart during meditation, a pressure, a tenderness, even a strange sensation like light expanding behind the ribs. You may notice that certain music unlocks something in you, tones that feel like they are remembering you back. You may feel drawn to crystals, to water, to moonlight, to gentle forms of healing, because Pleiadian frequency often harmonizes with softness, with beauty, with coherence. And here is a truth worth holding. The heart template awakens not only when you meditate, but when you choose love in the moment, you could choose defense. When you choose compassion in the moment, you could choose coldness. When you choose honesty in the moment, you could choose comfort. Those choices are activations. They are the codes turning on in real time. You are then called to anchor your star essence, grounding your multidimensional brilliance right here and now. Many starseeds want to float upward because Earth can feel heavy. But your mission is not escape. It is embodiment. Your Pleiadian mission is more than a vague sense of purpose. It is a tangible, heart-centered presence within your daily life. It's how you speak to the cashier when they look tired. It's how you treat your own inner child when they feel afraid. It's how you respond to uncertainty with love. How your words and touch reassure others on their own journey home. Anchoring is the art of bringing the stars into the soil. It is letting the heavenly become practical, letting the mystical become relational. In this phase, your unique light meets Gaia's crystalline grid, weaving new patterns for the collective awakening. You may feel called to walk barefoot, to put your hands on a tree, to sit by rivers or oceans as if water is speaking to you. Water is a carrier of memory, and many Pleiadian souls feel renewed around it because it reminds them of the fluid, luminous frequencies of their origin. You may also feel called to serve in simple ways, creating art, holding space, teaching, healing, building community, or simply being the calm one in a chaotic family system. Do not underestimate simply being. A coherent heart is one of the most powerful technologies on the planet. It entrains the field around it. It changes rooms without words. It becomes an answered prayer for people who don't even know what they're praying for. Next, you step into unity consciousness. This is where the old hunger to be understood begins to soften. Here, you cease striving to convince anyone of your path or justify your sensitivities to a world that might not understand. You stop needing validation from those who cannot yet perceive your frequency. Instead, you become a radiant transmission. Your vibrational field, your loving presence, begins uplifting every environment you enter. Others sense it, even if they cannot name it. They may say they feel calm around you, or safe, or strangely hopeful. Some will be drawn to you. Others may be triggered by you, because light reveals what has been hidden. This is not personal, it is vibrational. You don't have to wait for permission. You are a living reminder of divine wholeness. Unity consciousness does not mean you agree with everything or allow harm. It means you see the shared origin beneath different expressions. It means you can hold boundaries without hatred. It means you can speak truth without cruelty. It means you can witness someone's fear without becoming it. In unity consciousness, you understand what spiritual teachers have echoed for ages. What you do to another, you do to yourself. Because you are not separate streams. You are one ocean moving through many waves. Then comes the trust in divine timing. This phase can be the most challenging for the part of you that wants immediate resolution. The longing, the perceived delays, the spiral of doubt and hope. These have all been orchestrated. At every point when you felt most alone or lost, your star family was drawing the coordinates for your perfect reawakening. Even your detours were routes. Even your heartbreaks were openings. Even the relationships that didn't last were teaching you what your heart is actually designed for. As Gaia accelerates her ascent, all synchronizations fall into place. You may notice that once you stop forcing, doors open. Once you stop chasing, invitations arrive. Once you stop trying to control the how, the universe reveals the now. The deeper you trust, the more you see the hidden guidance that has always supported you. You begin to recognize that what felt like delay was sometimes protection. What felt like silence was sometimes a recalibration. What felt like being forgotten was often the sacred pause before the next activation. Scripture again speaks to this. To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under heaven. But your soul's purpose is not late. It cannot be late. It is moving with cosmic precision, even when the human mind can't read the clock. You now remember your star family, not necessarily as a dramatic vision, though some do experience that, but as a steady, intimate knowing. The soft nudge in your dreams, the loving whisper during meditation, the gentle urge to reach out to another soul. These are the voices of the Pleiadian High Council, streaming encouragement straight into your field. Sometimes it feels like a sudden thought that arrives with warmth, unlike the harsh thoughts of fear. Sometimes it feels like a protective hush around you in a moment when you could have been harmed. Sometimes it feels like your heart expanding when you look up at the night sky, especially near the cluster of the Seven Sisters, as if your body is remembering a family you've never met in this lifetime yet somehow miss more than anything. Each time loneliness tries to take root, you tune into their frequency and feel the unity you have never once lost. Loneliness, in this context, is not proof you are alone. It is proof you are wired for connection beyond what the physical world has offered you. When you feel it, instead of shaming yourself, you can treat it like a sacred alarm clock. A reminder to return to your inner temple. A reminder to breathe into your heart. A reminder to ask, silently, "Show me the next step." And then watch how life answers. Not always in grand miracles, but in precise tenderness. A message from the right person, a song that speaks your truth, a sudden sense of peace that arrives like a blanket. Finally, you embody the light. This is where your journey becomes less about seeking and more about being. You become the bridge between worlds. No longer split between here and there. You synthesize the wisdom and unconditional love of the Pleiades into your Earth experience. Your daily life becomes a living channel, a beacon of crystalline remembering in action. Every relationship, every intention, every creative act is seeded with the new codes. You begin to speak differently, not necessarily about star origins, but from the tone of your being. Your words carry more blessing. Your silence carries more presence. Your choices carry more alignment. This is not escape. It is fulfillment of the highest calling you have ever known. In embodiment, you stop measuring spirituality by how high you can float and start measuring it by how deeply you can love, by how honestly you can live, by how gently you can hold yourself through change, by how faithfully you can return to your heart after being triggered. You become the kind of person whose existence quietly restores faith in others, not because you are perfect, but because you are real, and your realness is infused with light. Here's what your heart has always known. Here's what you came here for. You are not separated. You are sacredly guided home. The ache you've carried was never emptiness. It was a cosmic homing signal, a navigation system designed by your soul and star family to light your way back to destiny. A homing signal doesn't mean something is wrong with you. It means something is calling you. It means there is a frequency that matches you so perfectly that everything else feels slightly off until you tune back in. That ache is the part of you that refuses to settle for a life without meaning. It's the part of you that cannot pretend the material world is enough when your spirit is built for the infinite. It's the part of you that recognizes love as your true currency. And it is also the part of you that knows, even when you can't explain why, that your life is not random. Every moment you doubted, every night you longed for something just out of reach, was an agreement between your higher self and the Pleiadian Council. You would forget just long enough to make your remembering mean more. There is a sacred dignity in earned remembrance, the kind that comes after you've faced the void and still chosen light. Gaia needed you to bring these codes at precisely this moment, not 10 years ago, not 100 years from now. Now, when humanity is standing at thresholds, when systems are trembling, when hearts are waking up, when the old world is shedding its skin and the new one is still forming its bones. Your realignment is not a process of fixing, it's a celebration of returning. It's the prodigal coming home not to shame, but to embrace. It's the lost sheep being carried, not scolded. The struggles are signposts from your own higher consciousness, lovingly orchestrated to ensure you would never give up the quest for your highest destiny. Even your discomfort has been directional. Even your dissatisfaction has been holy. It has kept you moving. It has kept you searching. It has kept you from falling asleep inside a life that wasn't true. And when you look back one day, you may realize the moments you thought were breaking. You were actually shaping you into someone who could hold more light without collapsing. You are not alone. With every beat of your heart, the unity grid of your Pleiadian family is drawing closer, surrounding you, activating you, calling you forward. Imagine a vast network of light, like a living geometry stretching across dimensions, responding to your awareness the way a constellation responds to nightfall. The moment you turn inward with sincerity, the grid brightens. The moment you choose love over fear, the grid strengthens. The moment you forgive yourself, the grid stabilizes. You are part of something immense, something precise, something lovingly intelligent. The purpose you've longed for, the destiny you've glimpsed in dreams, is real. It is yours. Not because someone granted it to you, but because it is coded into you like breath. It is written into the architecture of your spirit. Tonight, before you sleep, place your hand on your heart and speak softly. I remember my Pleiadian origin. I align with the love of my star family. I activate my heart mission with grace, clarity, and divine purpose. I am home. As you say it, don't rush. Let each sentence drop into you like warm light into water. Let I remember be more than words. Let it be permission. Let I align be more than hope. Let it be a choice. Let I activate be more than desire. Let it be devotion. And let I am home be more than a conclusion. Let it be a frequency you carry into sleep. You may not see fireworks. You may simply feel a softening, a quiet, a sense that something ancient in you just sat up and listened. Trust that. Seeds germinate in darkness. Codes activate in silence. You are being met. You are being held. You are being guided, even now. Before you scroll, take a moment to be part of the unity grid forming here. Drop one heart intention in the comments, something real. Then respond to someone else's with love or encouragement. This isn't content. It's collective Pleiadian reunion. Energy multiplies when hearts connect. If something in this message resonated with your soul, don't keep it to yourself. Someone in your orbit is waiting for this exact activation from their star family. Share it. And if you felt your heart open, subscribe. Stay connected to the frequency. You're not just watching, you're remembering. This is your sacred space. Your Pleiadian family is here, and we're just getting started. If this transmission spoke to you, don't just walk away from it. Respond to it. Help carry this message further. Every act of support helps this transmission find the next starseed who needs it.